Welcome to Code Freedom. This is your host, Eddie Bales, and this is episode 246. And today, I'm going to talk about how to achieve more. See, we all want to achieve more, but the biggest thing that stops us from achieving more, honestly, is us. It's the inner me. It's the enemy that is the inner me, if that makes sense. And so what we have to do is defeat the enemy on the inside so the enemy on the outside can do us no harm. And so how do we do that? Well, I learned a concept that I think is really, really powerful, and I've been using it and working it, and it's really been helping me. And the whole concept is work from the goal, not to the goal. So we all know that this is the goal, and this is where we are, and we're striving to get there, right? But if we can have this mindset or this thought process of this is the goal, and I'm already here, now I'm just going to work backward from the reality that I see in my mind into the reality that's actually in the physical. Does that make sense? I know this is kind of hard to kind of grab your head around, but stick with me. So we need to work from the goal, not to the goal. And here's what I mean by that. Let me just give you an example. Let's just say you wanted to lose weight. You could say, hey, I want to lose 20 pounds, right? That would be something to do. So you start doing all the stuff to lose 20 pounds. Or you could say, hey, I'm already living in my healthy body of this particular weight or this particular physique, right? So now you start to operate from the standpoint of a person that actually lives in that physique and that weight. Does that make sense? Versus trying to, because the thing is, if we are trying to get to the goal, then we're always trying to chase it. Versus operating from the goal, it's a completely different shift in the mindset, because the biggest challenge is how we feel. See, we can attract and manifest certain things based on how we feel about things. But if we always feel like we don't have it, then we're always going to feel like we're chasing it. Versus feeling that we have it, right? And getting ourselves in that state, in that place. And I think we all know that readers are leaders. And if you want to become better, we got to get better. And in order to do that, we got to get information, access to information that we just don't have. And so maybe you're not the type of person that has the time to kind of sit down and read a book. You're always on the go. Listen, I have something special for you. If you go to the description down below, there is a link where you can get a free Audible account for 30 days. And you can listen while you're in the car. We call it Drive Time University, where you can, when your hands are busy but your mind is free, you can pour into your mind and get personal development and self-growth. You can almost get what I call a degree in the car, if that makes sense, by plugging into all the great information out there through Audible. So go to audibletrial.com/code freedom and you can get a free 30-day account with Audible. And when you can get yourself to that position, then now you operate from a whole nother realm, a whole nother place, and you start to attract it. You start to open up more doors and opportunities to you because you see it from a different perspective. Instead of, I don't have it, I gotta get it. You're operating from, I already have it, and this is my lifestyle. And because what happens is you're tricking the subconscious into believing that you already have it. And then the subconscious starts to say, well, if this is how much we weigh and this is the weight that we live or this is the physique that we have, then this is what we do. This is how life is for us, right? And that could be on any facet, any level, right? It could be your relationships, it could be happiness, health, wealth, relationships, whatever it is. Let's take it from a business perspective. And I'll just use me as a personal example because I have a goal that I'm working on right now. Now, I'm not at that goal just yet, but I'm operating as if I already am there. And so, yes, I still got some work to do to get there, but I'm already putting myself in the mindset that I already have it. And because of that, it's allowing me to make different types of moves. For example, I'm thinking different. I'm thinking from that level, not thinking from I got to get to that level, but I'm thinking, okay, if I was this person at this level, what would I do? What would I be doing? How would I be operating? How would I be living? Right? And so these are some of the things that you want to do, because the majority of the things that take us out is where we spend the majority of our time in our headspace. Like I'll just give you another personal example. Just last month, I didn't reach a specific goal that I had in my business, right? And so I could easily get down on myself, and I do that, especially as someone who's somewhat of a go-getter, a high achiever type of thing. It's easy for me to just beat myself up and get down on myself. But you know what? You know what I did that's different, that allowed me to stay in a different place so that I can continue to create great results, is I said, I didn't spend a lot of time beating myself up, but I said, look, I'm already there. I just need to continue to stay in that space, in that place, in that realm, because I'm working from the goal, not to the goal. You guys follow me? So this is how you achieve more, because we have to trick ourselves sometimes, because again, we could spin our wheels. We could feel like we'll never, we could have this self-doubt often. Like, even if you don't verbalize it, in the back of your head, you're still like, but I don't have it. I'm not there. I don't. It's going to take a while for me to get there. Or you just start having all these limited beliefs, these thoughts that take you away from the goal instead of taking you toward the goal. But if you already operate as if you're there, then you can kind of skip over some of those feelings and those thoughts, and now start feeling the way you need to feel in order to attract, to become, to do all the necessary activities and the behaviors that you need to have in order to make that dream or that goal a reality. Is this helping somebody? I hope it is, because this is life-changing, it's life-transforming for me. And here's what happens, because I put myself in that feeling space. And by the way, how do you do this? Let me give you some ideas on how you can do this. One of the things that I do is I write in a journal over and over and over. I write it 10 times a day, every single day. I am so happy and grateful now that, and whatever it is I'm looking to accomplish, right? So there's a whole bunch of things I want to accomplish, but I'm focusing and I'm honing in on that one thing. Okay, so I'm so happy and grateful now that. Why am I saying that? Because when you have a state of gratitude, let me just say it this way. For any of you who are watching this YouTube video, and if you have children, how do you react if you give your child something and they're ungrateful versus if they are grateful? Like, if they're grateful and you could tell like they have a genuine heart in terms of gratitude, you just want to give them more. And I believe that's exactly how the Father looks at things. The Most High is when we have a state of gratitude. Gratitude is the seed for more, right? Gratitude is the seed for more. So if you want more, you got to be grateful for what you already have. And so when you say, I'm so happy and grateful, now you get a chance to start feeling the feelings of being already in that place. So now you get a chance to start attracting it so much faster and so much better. You're working from a different space. Okay? So I'm so happy and grateful now that, and then whatever it is that you are looking to achieve. That's one of the things that I'm doing. Another thing that I'm doing is I like to visualize before I go to bed. Because see, here's what happens. When you go to bed, your conscious mind is now going to sleep. So your conscious mind is now unconscious. But your unconscious mind, which is known as the subconscious, is always awake. It's always going. So if you can start to impress things, here's what happens. Your conscious mind gets this bright idea like, hey, we want to do this. We want to hit this goal. We want to become this person. But somewhere in there, there's some doubt and there's all this kind of confusion. It's like, look, because, and by the way, the subconscious mind is a protector. So the subconscious mind is like, hey, we don't want you to take too many risks because we don't want you to be disappointed. We don't want you to be hurt. We don't want you to have any risks. We don't want you to be in a bad place. So we want to protect you. So don't go for that goal. Don't step out of your comfort zone. Don't do things. Don't ruffle the feathers and do things that you don't normally do. Right? We want you to stay in this little space because this space is familiar to us. You guys follow me? But when you go to sleep, that part of your brain cannot like say, I have some doubt. Let's put it like this. The subconscious only will know what you feed it and what you feed it on a regular basis. But if you do it before you go to bed, the subconscious mind now gets to go to work on your behalf. So the subconscious mind says, okay, this is a life that we're living. Okay, well, let's figure out how we can make this thing happen. And let's show you more of this. You guys know about the reticular activating system. We talk about this before, but if you ever bought a car you never really saw that car until you bought the car. And then when you buy the car, now all of a sudden you see this car everywhere. Like, it's investing in the stock market is one of the fastest ways to really start to grow your wealth. So if you're looking to be financially free and you want to get started in the stock market, listen, I got a free gift for you. If you go down in the description below, there's a link for a Robinhood app where you could actually just click on that link, set up an account. All you got to do is free to set up, but you just upload some money and you'll be able to get a free stock. So take advantage of that. And I can't wait to hear your success story on your journey of investing. The thing that your mind thinks is important is going to constantly show you more of it. That which you believe, you'll find evidence to support that belief. So if we believe that we're already there, your mind is going to continue to show you evidence to support the fact that you are already there. And check this out. It also works the exact opposite. So if you feel like you're not there, if you feel like it's hard to get there, if you feel like you're never going to get there, it's a struggle to get there, guess what? Your mind is going to find evidence to support that which you believe. So that's why it's so important to stay in this space, to stay in this state, so to speak, of I'm already there. So yes, it's like faking it till you make it. How about we just say, let's faith it till we make it? Because that's all it is. It's faith. It's belief. It's believing that you have already received that which you have, right? And the Bible talks about this all the time. The Bible says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. The Bible says, believe only. You know, it reminds me of when Jesus, Yeshua says, hey, disciples, we're going to go to the other side. And then they get in the boat. And so they're in the boat and the storm comes. And guess what? That's exactly how life happens. We know that we're supposed to go somewhere that the Lord has directed us and ordered our steps to get to. But then the storm happens and things start to look like, how in the world am I going to get there? Because I have this obstacle in front of me. But Jesus already said, look, we're getting there, right? And so if you believe that, then you got to believe that you're getting there no matter what you see in your present reality. You have to believe what he said. So the disciples have this storm and Jesus is chilling. He's in the boat, like relaxing, sleep, not even fazed by it. And they wake him up and he's like, what are you doing? Like, there's a storm happening. Are you going to let us die? And he's like, I told you, I mean, in my own words, he says, I told you we were going to the other side. I mean, where's your faith at, right? So if I say we're going, right? And so long story short, he speaks to the winds and everything calms down and then everything is good. And they're just like amazed. But that was a big lesson, but not only on faith, but just the fact that the storm and the obstacles are going to come. And it's meant to stop you, to slow you down from getting to where you want to go. So we got to know that that's going to come. And when it comes, we have to have this one word that's so important, awareness. We have to have an awareness of how we're feeling. Because it's easy for your feeling to take you in the wrong direction. It's easy to look at what's happening in your present moment and let the feelings get in our heart and let the feelings get us to a point where we're discouraged. We are, just in a place where we don't feel like we can get there. But we have to operate from the goal and constantly have the feeling, the state, the mindset that we are already there, and then just live it out. The Bible, the Father, the Most High, he does everything from the end and then works backward. He's the author and the finisher of our faith, right? He has a whole chapter already written. So if we already know that we win, and we already know that our steps are ordered, then we just got to have that faith that we are already there and just start living from that goal. This right here is changing my life right now. And you're going to start to see me do some amazing things that I've already done some amazing things, but you're going to see me do some things that are just out of this world. And I'm going to tell you all about them. And I'm going to come back to this video and say, hey, remember that video that I shared with you all? This is how I did it. And so I'm sharing it because I want you to get this. I want you to be able to create in your life the same way that I'm doing right now. So I hope this is helpful. I hope you get some value from it. Look, this is how to achieve more. Yes, you got to do the work, but we got to have the faith as well. So it's like the faith and the works, because we know faith without works is dead, but works without faith is dead as well. So listen, I hope this was helpful. God bless you guys, and we'll see you guys on the next episode. Thanks for tuning in.